Greetings, this is Morning Sky. I'm your host, Sky Saunders. Make sure you check out my subscription, youtube.com at Sky Saunders when you get a chance. I appreciate it. Happy Friday to most of you. It's probably Saturday somewhere, I think in New Zealand or Australia. I think it's already Saturday. But in the United States, it's still Friday. Some people are just getting out of bed right now, and on the West Coast, some people have already been to work, and on in the East Coast and the Midwest. All right, let's just jump right into it. Dean Cain, Superman. That was the first Superman I think I've ever registered in my mind. I grew up with the Lois and Clark, the Adventures of Lois and Clark, aired from 1993 to 1997. So that was like my childhood Superman. Everybody I think has their own Superman. There's the Christopher Reeve, of course. There's the new Superman. He's gonna be for the alphas and the Generation Z. Everybody has their Superman, just like everybody has their Batman. Everybody has their Hulk. It just depends on whatever era it is. But anyway, Dean Cain is already said that he's an honorary member of the ICE agency. Now, this isn't really surprising. He has held police officer duties in places like Idaho for years now. So this isn't exactly like shocking. Like, what? This doesn't make any sense. He's Superman? He wants to be, save the world. He wants to save America. No, this is just his way of showing that he wants to do well in the world. I think he has intentions that are good, but overall he's delulu as to what it means to be an ICE agent. ICE agents are not good. They're not good. They're rounding up people who are even like citizens, even citizens of this country. They're rounding them up and putting them in the paddy wagons and sending them to different places, sending them to the airports. So they can go deported back to a Central American or South American country. I mean, it's just wild. So I'm gonna play this video and let's see what he has to say. Let me see.
Has had a very full life and has plenty to do, I'm sure. Why would he be drawn to do the work of ICE? Let's ask him. Dean Cain, thank you for joining me, and thank you for wanting to raise awareness to help the country.
I'm honored to be here, Chris. It's great to finally get to talk to you, sort of face to face. It's a pleasure, and I'm glad to see you had Steve Moore on and Tom Homan and a wide range of people. So it's wonderful, and I look forward to this.
So why ICE, and what do you want to do, and what do you want people to know?
I'm standing up for ICE, and the reason I'm going to join ICE and be an honorary ICE officer is because they're being vilified right now horribly. At the same time, like years ago when I joined the police force, I'm a sworn deputy sheriff in Frederick County, Virginia. I'm a reserve police officer in Pocatello, Idaho, because people were talking about defunding the police, which to me is insanity. Right now, people are doxing ICE agents. They're going after them. They're attacking them for doing the job that they're supposed to do, that they were hired to do. And people are just attacking them left and right. They're there to protect American citizens. That's what I want to do. And I want to stand shoulder to shoulder with these ICE agents and let people know these are wonderful, fantastic American people. They are mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers. And to attack them and or their families, and you mentioned it earlier, is absolutely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. There are often different ways to see things. I talk to Tom Homan often about the reach of the policy, and he gets to make his case about that he believes that the number reflects a very high threat threshold. I worry about overreach and the effect on economies and communities. But beating up on the people enforcing the law doesn't make sense. How do you separate your partisan feelings as a Trump supporter with your patriotic feelings in this instance?
Well, it's the law. Congress makes immigration law, and ICE enforces that law. So if they want to change the law, change the law. Excuse me.
Sure,
you look at our immigration system. We accept more than 1 million legal immigrants every year. That's more than the next 3 or 4 countries combined. America is hugely immigrant friendly, and we should be. Bring in immigrants, bring them in, vet them, have them come here and have them assimilate. That's a wonderful part of America. And people want to be here because it is the land of the free and the home of the brave and the land of opportunity. And that's because of our Constitution. So these men and women who step up and do this, that gentleman there, those agents don't need to be doxxed for doing their job. They're not trying to be cruel to people. These are wonderful, wonderful people, but they're being vilified and turned into these awful, people call them Gestapo and things like that, which is insane.
Look, I understand your point, and of course you go case by case. You show me a case of them doing the wrong thing the wrong way, there you go. But to blame everybody is always a problem. And I've said many times the 3 dumbest words that have come out of a Democrat's mouth in the last 25 years is defund the police. That was as dumb a thing for their constituency as they could have said, and they're still living it down. What do you make of the reciprocal argument that the president has addressed, Dean, a couple of times? I think he's working through what to do on it, which is not all people who enter illegally are the same. Okay, you get your gangbangers, your drug pushers, your traffickers, your people who don't want to do it the right way. And then you have people who are just desperate and they thought this was the only way and they come here and they do everything right. So the president gets outreach from farmers and large-scale employers and says, you're killing us. I need these people. They're good people. They're part of our communities. They didn't come here the right way, but they've done everything the right way since they came the wrong way. He says, we got to do something for them. He gets pushback, and it's gone quiet since then. Do you think that the president would be wrong to modify, to accommodate that not everyone who comes in the wrong way is the same?
Well, no, I don't think that's crazy, but I don't know if that's really the president's position. I don't know that he can do that. That's Congress, and Congress should get to work. If they put something together that made sense, I'm sure the president would sign it. President Trump he's a businessman. He wants this economy to hum. And if that's a problem for us, it should be addressed by the lawmakers. And again, that's Congress. President Trump is reasonable. He makes his techniques about going about things is maybe different than most of us have seen before, but he gets results. And I think he's going to get results in this instance. And again, my reason for stepping up is to stand with these Americans who are doing the work they're supposed to be doing and stand shoulder to shoulder with them. These are real American heroes, and it's dangerous. Like Tom Homan said just a moment ago, the attacks on these agents are up over 1,000%. So I think President Trump will make a deal, find something that makes it palatable for the farmers. But, you can't be in any other country on this planet. And I've had a home in Spain for over 20 something years and not follow the immigration laws. You will be penalized or you'll be sent back. In this instance here in the United States, 70%, according to Tom Homan, 70% of the illegals arrested by ICE have they're convicted criminals, or they have pending charges, or they're national security threats. That's even higher than 70%. So I think they're doing the right thing. It's just a matter of amending this as we move along.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now.
All right, very interesting that he would have that notion. But I agree with what he's saying, that ICE agents shouldn't be attacked. They should not be attacked. They should not be doxxed. They should not be, found, like they're enemies of the state. They're actually, in their minds, I would imagine that they're what Dean Cain is trying to do. He's trying to protect, the citizens of America and retain the immigration status. He just gave, quotes on how America absorbs over 1 million immigrants a year, and that's more than the next 2, 3, 4 countries combined, behind the United States, because and like he said, we're the land of the free and home of the brave. We're the land of opportunity, maximizing opportunities. That's a strong signal to anyone who wants to do this. But I just am not in favor of Dean Cain being an ICE agent, an honorary agent or whatever. ICE is not supposed to be doing what they're doing. They're doing the wrong thing. And like I said on other occasions, I said, illegal immigrants here in America are not gangbangers. They're not dope dealers. Even if they were, I mean, get rid of the gangs, defund the gangs and the cartels, defund the drug pushers, but reinstate, state laws, instate, put into law that all drugs, all scheduled substances and narcotics are made legal, completely legal, and they are regulated by private means. That's what needs to happen. They need to be taxed by consumption, not on income. They need to be available to anyone who's over the age of, I'll say 17 or 18, and make it as simple as that. And lower the age of drinking to 18. But Dean Cain, I mean, like I said, his mind is in the right place, but his mind isn't in the right place. Like he's not thinking through just exactly what this means. And like I said, it's not. He said himself. He said he was a police officer in Idaho. He was an officer in other locations. So like I said, this isn't just a jumping out of nowhere. Just wants to be an ICE agent. He wants to be somebody that is going to clean up the streets, going to make the country stronger, make it healthier, make it safer, and that is by way of ICE agents. But the ICE agents aren't doing that correctly. They're rounding up the wrong people. They're rounding up people that have been here for decades, who are tax-paying citizens. Not to say that tax-paying is necessarily a good thing. It's just the fact that they'd rather pay their taxes than get a fine or go to prison. It's like, that's the difference. I'm just saying, that's the idea. So Dean Cain, Superman, one of the Superman characters, it just seems like it's a stunt. It's not a surprise, but it just seems very like a stunt. Like he's trying to get traction on something. Like he's trying to get attention. I could be wrong, but it just seems that way. It seems as if he's getting to that point where he's like totally, trying to be, claim power and, claim some kind of system authority and in a different way with the ICE agents. It's just a mess. It's just a really big mess. It really is a big mess because so many people have tried to be in ICE and everything like that. He wants to be an honorary member of ICE. So I don't even know what that means. Does that mean he gets zip ties and a gun and a badge and what does that actually mean to be an honorary ICE agent? I don't know if he even thinks that he knows what it means. There's a lot of this is riding on the fact that he is a celebrity. He may be like a B- list celebrity now. He's not really on the vanguard. And he's not in top movies anymore. He's relaxed. I'm sure he's getting residuals from the Superman television series, and he's probably living a great life still, and he probably still gets money from his time in police work, possibly. I'm not saying definitely. I'm saying possibly. So it's just like, what is that line? What is that fine line? What is that? What is that level of knowledge that you have to know that has to be embedded in you? It has to be put in your thoughts and your actions. Where does that originate? How far does it go? How far does it extend? That is the question. That is the question that has to be asked. It's a very touchy subject. It's very touchy. ICE agents. And it's like, I mean, other people have said, I'm not going to say exactly who, but said, brown people, Hispanics are getting, karma for what they, how they treat, black people and FBA, Foundation of Black Americans. They're getting, the actions, not like some mystical, just the actions primarily, not like karmic, in a sense of mysticism, but just in actions, just in word and deed. How have they been able to do that? I don't know, but Dean Cain seems to know that have the answer. Superman. So he seems to have the answer, already planned out. He has the idea already, formulated that'll give him enough fortitude and strength in order to properly go about this transition from, police officer to ICE agent. It's like police is ICE, but ICE isn't necessarily police. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or ICE is police, but police isn't necessarily ICE. That's the proper way to say it. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna look for another video. Let me see here.
Dean Cain, the actor best known for playing Superman on a 90s television show, says he wants to join the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. In an interview with Fox News, Cain said he's already spoken to the agency responsible for carrying out President Donald Trump's mass deportations agenda. The Department of Homeland Security spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin said that Cain would be sworn in as an honorary ICE officer in the coming month. It wasn't immediately clear what his duties as an honorary officer would entail. Earlier this week, Cain posted a video to his social media accounts encouraging others to join the agency. The Department of Homeland Security says that it's removing age limits for new hires at the agency responsible for immigration enforcement, an aim to expand hiring after a mass infusion of cash from Congress.
All right, so you just got that. You just got that little bit. I mean, the jury is still out on that. The jury is still out. I don't understand why he would even consider doing that. I just don't get it. I think, like I said, his mind's in the right place, but his mind is not in the right place. He wants to do something, specific and very, and to aid America, to bolster it, to make it stronger. But this isn't the way you go about it. You don't join ICE. That's one thing. You don't join ICE. You don't become an honorary member. You don't become any kind of member of ICE. I mean, what was it, in, Biden's administration? How many ICE agents, were, deployed and used to round up human beings as if they were cattle, And like I said, all the people that say, "Oh, they're drug dealers and they're gangbangers and they just want to come over here and just destroy our way of life," not the case. I don't know the specific numbers, but I mean, probably it's like 60-40 or 80-20, maybe 90-10 or even more of actual legitimate human beings and real life people that want to do good for themselves and prosper in America, not destroy and kill and do anything, horrible. That's the reality of that. That's how true that is. Bumba says, "Oh boy, thank you, Bumba. Thank you for that hate. I need that hate." Bumba says, "Scholar's got a voice for radio and a voice for silent movies." Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. This is just me moonlight. I shouldn't even be doing this. I'm just doing this to get some money. That's all I'm doing. I got a few $1,000s, no YouTube money, just donations. So I appreciate that for your hatred in the morning, Bumba. Salute to you, sir. Salute. Okay, so let me see. So Dean Cain is, persona non grata. No, he's not that bad. He's not evil. He's not like a nefarious face. But the ICE agency, Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement, it is a very awful, no good, is it terrible? How's it go? Terrible, horrible, no good, very bad agency. It's not good. It's not for people to take in, to understand, to like. I mean, they're taking people right off the street, just throw them in the vans, just because of the color. Literally, I thought it was content of the character, not the color of their skin. All these Hispanic people, just because they look, he's got brown skin and black hair. He looks like he's slick back. He's kind of short, just like stereotypes, and there are very fair skinned Hispanic people with blonde hair even and blue eyes. They're Hispanic though, but you really couldn't tell. You wouldn't be able to tell. They could pass. They could sincerely pass. I'll give you an example. Lucy and Ricky Ricardo's daughter, she could pass for white. She could seriously pass for white. It doesn't look like she has a drop of Cuban blood in her body, but she does, obviously. So, Dean Cain, it's just sad because it's like, instead of going for ICE, go for Ayn Rand. Go for, liberty. Go for freedom. Go for, bringing about change that would revolutionize this country. That's Ayn Rand's philosophy of objectivism. She started that. And it's continuing on, after her demise. Why doesn't he, pick up Atlas Shrugged? Why doesn't he pick up For the New Intellectual? Just The Virtue of Selfishness. All these different books he should pick up and read. If he hasn't read already, he may have read them already, but it's very disturbing. It's very distressing. It's very harsh to take. It's very hard to take. Dean Cain being a actor, it's like, oh, here he goes. And now he's into politics. It's like, that's like the biggest eye roll. The biggest eye roll is for, actors and entertainers and stuff like that to be involved in politics and stuff like that. For the most part, I mean, there was like people like the late great Harry Belafonte and the late great Sidney Poitier. They were on the front lines, and they're in different marches and different demonstrations for what they call civil rights. See, everybody's so afraid. Everybody is afraid. They're afraid to say individual rights. Oh, that's going to disrupt our tribe. That's going to disrupt our collective. We got to hold on to the collective. If you say individual, that means it's like only one person, and we're the we. We're the great we. Instead of I, we're the great we. Salute to you, Black Cuddy. Salute to you, sir. Respect. Respect to you, Black Cuddy. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button and donate. I appreciate it, sir. So it's a very, just a treacherous field. It's a minefield because you're walking, you're thinking you're on your way to, and something blows up in your face, and you're like, oh, it's over. That's what it's like, because that's why this thing is so tricky, because it's like ICE is police, but police is not ICE. You have to remember that. ICE is a offshoot of the police department. They're not the actual police department in itself. They're just agents that roll up on innocent bystanders, zip tie them, put chains on their feet, and throw them into a van. Wow, Ice Cube is taking hell. Bumba said Ice Cube should join ICE after that horrible movie. Yo, yeah, that thing's getting. It got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's why I did see that. It had 0%. I was like, God damn. And Harry Spears is going. They are not. Who are not innocent and what are not innocent? Cougar Cam LLC or Cougar Com, excuse me, LLC. They are not innocent. Who are not innocent? Why is this? Why are you using capital letters and exclamation points at me? They are not innocent. Who is not innocent? I'm talking about the illegals that have been working here for decades, saving money, sending money home, trying to build up a family, trying to build up a lifestyle for themselves, trying to be as selfish as possible, trying to be as righteous as possible. That's what I'm talking about. They are innocent until proven guilty. And this is why the game is so tricky, because it's really the drug trade. That's the real thing. If we stop the drug trade, there wouldn't even be an issue with immigrants. It wouldn't even be a problem. It would hardly even be like, okay, so what? They're bringing in fentanyl. Okay. Fentanyl's legal. Like, what is I don't see the harm. I don't see the harm of it. If they say, cocaine, crack is legal, cocaine is legal, bring it in. Come on, bring it in by the kilo. Bring in weed by the pound. Bring in fentanyl by the pill. Come on with it. I'm not scared. Let's go. Keep it moving. They go after criminals, not a law-abiding citizen people. So in every instance, they've all gone after criminals. Every instance, you sure? Every single instance. Oh, well, there's some bad actors. Oh, there's some, the majority of them, I would imagine, I have not done the numbers, but I would say the majority of them did go after just anybody who happens to look a certain way. Yeah, mostly, exactly. Cougar Com had to LLC had to change that to mostly. Yeah, to mostly, exactly. Like, I am so for immigration on so many levels. Ayn Rand was an immigrant. Dr. Jerome Brooke is an immigrant. Leonard Peikoff, Dr. Leonard Peikoff, Dr. Jerome Brooke and Dr. Leonard Peikoff, they're both immigrants. Dr. Ankar Gate is an immigrant. So there's a lot of objectivist immigrants that I would only say that they should stay in this country because they're very proficient. They're extremely, productive, and they have earned their way to this country. Dr. Jerome Brooks says it should be easy to come into this country and really hard to become an American citizen. Sometimes it takes 5, 10, maybe 15 years to become a federal American citizen. So that is a fact that has to be explored as well. With the amount of people who are so concerned with, oh well, they're illegal, they're not passing the test. I say, and like I said this before, if there was an illegal, like take it side by side, split the screen in half. You got on one hand, you have somebody in their boxers playing video games for no money, just sponging off their parents, using their money to get Funyuns and Dr. Pepper. I'm saying a lot of words right now. I'm not even getting any residuals for commercial, but I'm just painting the picture. And they're playing video games, and they may have a car, they may not have a car, whatever the case may be. They're just sitting on their fat, lazy ass, not doing anything, or their skinny, lazy ass and not doing anything. And I'd rather take the other side, the other split screen, the illegal who is doing manual work, back-breaking, mind-numbing, soul-crushing work just to get to a point where they can save enough money, send it back home, make the money for their own lifestyle, their own individual selfish lifestyles, and create something of value. I'd rather that. If they send our money back to their country, that is criminal. Who is our money? Whoever makes the money is an individual who creates their own wealth. It's nobody else's money. It's their money. How is that criminal? You explain that to me. Break it down Barney style. Talk to me like I'm 5 years old, Cougar Com LLC. Break it down. Break it all the way down. So I just think it's very, weird that Dean Cain. It's not like out of the question. It's not totally out of the blue. Like there's a bird, there's a plane. No, it's Superman. It's like, oh yeah, it's Superman. He just wants to be ice. He was part of a police outfit in Idaho and other locations. I kind of get it. That is criminal supporting cartels. Yeah, I think that's true. Supporting cartels. I say defund the cartels, defund the gangs, not defund the police. Defund the police is one of the worst things that ever, could be uttered by anybody. And seriously, supporting cartels is evil right now. I mean, there would be no cartels. If you legalize drugs, there's no cartels. There's no this usually happens like every few months or every few weeks or years or whatever the time frame is. They say over 10,000 kilos of cocaine have been seized off the shore of whatever, Miami Beach or whatever the case may be. Like that's the 10,000 keys that didn't get in. Think about the hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of kilos of cocaine that has gotten in, and that's stretched across this whole country. Like it's so cute, it's so weird. It's like, well, police get a bonus, they get a raise in their check for getting the drugs. So disturbing, so disgusting. There will be no cartels. Defund the cartels, not defund the police. The only way to defund them is to stop them from sending our money back to their country. That's a misnomer. That's a fallacy, sir. It's not our money. It's their money. It's the money they earned off of their own sweat of their brow and their own wits, their own mind. That's the reality. So the only way to defund is to legalize drugs, legalize all drugs all across the board, and continue on with the idea that there's really a sense that people can continue with their lives knowing that they can snort some coke, smoke some crack, pop some fentanyl, jam some horse in their arm. So why can't they earn money in their own country? Because they're not American. American countries are, countries outside of America are, we have an okay economy. We have an okay to fairly good economy. Economies around, in South America are travesties. They're horrible. I mean, there's a President Milei of Argentina is trying to reverse that in South America. He's using, free market tactics and techniques to try to, stir up the economy and make it better. How is it? It's not. I'm not going to argue with you on saying. This is the last time I'm saying it. It's not our money. It's their money. They earned it. Did you go out into the fields and pick blueberries and oranges? Did you go out into a community college and pay $2,000 for a class on cyber security? Did you do all these different things? What Are you a scientist? Are you someone that understands diseases and how to do it, how to properly use different techniques to discover? Oh yes, okay, yes you are. Okay, Cougar. Okay, I got you, Cougar. He's saying yes. But Dean Cain, I mean, it just looks like a grab to me. It looks like a grab for attention. He's not really relevant or a factor. He's relevant every time a Superman hero movie comes out, I think. And they asked him a question, oh, well, what do you think about the Superman movie? What do you think about this? And he was like, I'm joining ICE. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about it. Deport reggaeton. How do you deport a music genre? I mean, literally, you can figuratively deport. Good work, Skylaw. I love the AR. What is are you guys intentionally saying it, or is it like in your mind you're saying like, oh, it's gotta be AR? It's not ER. There's an ER everywhere around this screen. Just call me Sky if it's too much to put to the LER. This is Morning Sky, by the way. So, but Dean Cain, he just, it may have been in some kind of discussion where he was saying how, what he thought about the new Superman. It's okay. That's what I said. I just want to make sure. I just wanted to make sure. Auto spell, my fault. It's all good, Cougar. I'm not going to blame you, CougarCom LLC. Cougar. I'm going to just say Cougar. But yeah, so he just is Delulu. He's Delulu. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know how to say it. He's completely detached from reality. He's completely detached from all truth. What is this? Dean Cain on that. Okay, we're not going to go there. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, Bubba. Deport reggaeton. What is this reggaeton? That's every song. Why are y'all saying deport reggaeton? That seems really random to me. What is wrong with reggaeton? I think I don't have a problem with it. It's not one of my favorite genres, but I don't have a problem with it. Especially when they got some, good-looking Hispanic women dancing to it. That's not bad. Send it back. Send it back. That's funny. It's annoying as hell. He says it's annoying as hell. That's Bumba. Bumba says it's annoying as hell. Yeah, but CougarCom LLC. Let me ask you just a sideways question. Where'd you find me? How'd you find out about my stream? How'd you find out about this broadcast? CougarCom LLC. If you're still there, tell me how you found out about Morning Sky or Sky Saunders seeing. Just let me know how you found out about me and how you can tell 1,200 of your friends about me. But yeah, Dean Cain, he's just off his rocker. He's not on a clear path of righteousness. He's more focused on being an ICE agent rather than just being a citizen to fight for defunding the gangs and the cartels. I mean, there's always going to be nefarious characters. It doesn't matter. It's something that's even legal, but should be legal across the board, I think, is casinos. Casinos, you have to have a license, I think you have to have, in order to run them. You have to have government approval, city, state, and federal, I would imagine. You need to have, all these things. That's what Gilbert Arenas is caught up in right now. He's caught up in a casino game with multi-millionaires, the mob, so I just maybe something I'll break that down to me, Barney style. I'm not sure about that either. You are a supporter of Star. I am too. You out donated me at the second Hanathon. I supported you ever since. Oh, salute, Cougar. Salute. Yeah. That's what I do. That's a perfect example. Thank you for that sentence. A supporter of Star. I am too. You donated me at. Out donated me at the second Hanathon. I support you ever since. Salute to you, Cougar. Salute to you. Appreciate it. Now you got to tell at least 5 friends, at least 5 to 10 of your friends about this show. Say, man, that nigga is whack. That nigga is corny. He got this show. I don't know. He's all right. He got some ideas. He got some views, but man, y'all should check it out for yourself. See what you think. That's all you gotta say. R.I.P. Zach Lee. The YN's got him. Oh my God. Route with me. I didn't even know you were still, on that trip with Zach Lee. What is going on with you and Zach Lee? What? I thought I haven't seen Zach Lee in the comment section or on the phone system on the Star Report in weeks, maybe months. It's been a long time. Y'all ran him off the block, allegedly. I don't know. So, it's always something. I don't know, Star, the one saying he passed. Okay, I didn't know that. Maybe he did pass. I'm not sure. Did he go into detail? Did he say exactly what happened? Not me. Okay. But what I'm saying is, Bronx Pacino died. Sinful the Pimp died. I know those for a fact that they're no longer existing. But people die every day, B. People die every day, B. You ever do that? This is what I usually do sometimes. I go on just the obituary, just type into Google like Stark funeral home, and there'll be a Stark funeral home because there's so many different funeral homes around the country. And I just look at the obituaries and see the people that passed and stuff like that. That's just something I do. That may be weird for a lot of people. My favorite ops. Oh man, so Dean Cain. I'm gonna see if I can get another video up. Let me see. Hold steady. I'm not seeing a lot of news. Okay, here we go.
Superman himself, Dean Cain, joins me now. All right, so this is kind of a big deal for you and your career. What are you going to be doing at ICE?
Well, let me go back a minute here, Jesse. This is all your fault, by the way.
Yeah?
I'll explain why.
Why?
Because I put out a recruitment video yesterday. I'm actually a deputy sheriff, a sworn deputy sheriff, and a reserve police officer. I wasn't part of ICE. But once I put that out there and you put a little blurb on your show, it went crazy. So now I've spoken with some officials over at ICE, and I will be sworn in as an ICE agent ASAP. So they'll have 80,001 recruits for their 10,000 positions.
Well, they can't have a better guy than Dean Cain. Are you going to be hopping out of ICE fans and apprehending guys?
I will do whatever Director Lyons wants me to do. If that's what it takes, absolutely. I somehow doubt I'll be in that position, but I would be there in a heartbeat. These brave men and women need someone to stand up for them. So rarely, these days are we seeing that. Someone like Daniel Penny stands up. He gets vilified. Dan Bongino steps up, gives up $5 million a year, and goes and takes his position at the FBI. This is the kind of thing where people have to step up. I'm stepping up. Hopefully, a whole bunch of other former officers, former ICE agents will step up, and we'll meet those recruitment goals immediately, and we'll help protect this country.
Superman himself, Dean Cain, joins me now. All right, so this is kind of a big deal for you and your career. What are you going to be doing at ICE?
Okay, so you got another little bit of that. Salute to Bad Guys Podcast. I see you. I'm with Superman. Dean Cain, Shaq, Steven Seagal, all honorary LE, all for publicity. I don't know. That's kind of cynical. Kind of say, oh, it's all for publicity. I mean, maybe I was being cynical when I'm saying, you know, he's trying to get attention. He's trying to get clout. Possibly. I think Shaq and Steven Seagal are, you know, more. I don't know why, but they just seem like they would be more attuned to police work. Like Shaq is insane because he's 7 feet tall, and Cat Williams had a joke about that. Shaq can never be undercover. I know who you are, Shaq. So Shaq could never be an undercover agent or something like that. It can never happen. Cougar Com says, who is he going to arrest? It's a good question. Who is he going to arrest? What kind of people is he going to arrest? But he can wear a wire. Yeah, he can wear a wire. But I think they would check that. I think people have gotten to the point where they can wear. I don't think people wear wires anymore. They just have, you know, strips of electric, like not diodes. I don't want to say diodes because I don't know what that means. But like electric audio equipment that's strapped to their, you know, the back of their kneecaps or something like that, or on the back of their neck or something like that, and they just put a Band-Aid over it or something crazy. He can get in those rooms. Bumba said earlier he's smoking ice. That's alleged. That's not, you know, that's not my words. The words expressed by Bumba do not coincide with those of Morning Sky or any of its affiliates. Viewer discretion is advised. Yeah, so I just don't Sam. Salute to Sam. These are new people to me. I'm not sure if I've seen them before. Salute to you. Make sure you hit my like button. Make sure you hit that donate button. I don't have a donate button, but you know, hit my donate. My Cash App, $ Scholar Saunders 1. My PayPal, paypal.me/Scholar Saunders, SKYLERSAUNDERS. And my Venmo at SKYLERIZED. Scholarize. Morning Star, Morning Sky, no originality. Thanks for your mixed words. It's star in the morning, and this is morning sky. So get it right. Thank you, Hemp Lord. Salute to you, sir. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that donate button. Make sure you donate. Yeah, there you go. Originality. No, it's totally different. Star in the morning is different from morning sky. If I said sky in the morning, that would have been the same thing. That wouldn't have been original. The morning sky is like a old folk song or a rock song from the 70s. If the Breakfast Club can rock the name from a movie from the 80s, I think it's 40 years old exactly now, then and have them, I think they're taking up, you know, space in people's minds, but I guess they either pay for the copyright. I don't know what. I don't know if they're sending residuals to people that are related to the movie. I have no clue. They have not discussed that yet. Or I haven't heard them discuss it. But I like the question, who is he going to arrest? Like Dean Cain. It's like, nigga, you Superman. Who are you? What are you doing here? What are you? I can just imagine that. I just imagine somebody saying, well, Dean Cain? What? Superman? Are you serious? He probably gonna come out with his cape in his blue jumpsuit with his red underwear. Come out of nowhere, be like, halt in the name of the law. I am Super Iceman. It's cultural appropriation to the natives. What are you talking about? Morning Sky is? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you mean? Cultural appropriation for the natives? The immigrants don't know if shot. What? You're using your spell check or something. I don't know. If he is, he can do drills with Homan. I should know who Homan is. I don't know who Homan is. Is Homan a leader of ICE? I'm stupid. I learned more from this show than any other. You guys, point me in the right direction for a lot of information, so I appreciate it. How's my audio sound? Does my mic sound nice? Just put a 1 up if my mic sounds nice. I need to know. Tom Holman, okay. Now I gotta do some more research. Tom Holman. Okay, law enforcement officer and former acting director of the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So he's the former acting director. From January 2017 to June 2018. And what is up with the border czars? The mic sounds nice. Thank you. I appreciate the ones. Appreciate the mic sounds nice. All right, good to go. All right, it's Homan. Okay, Homan. Got you. ICE director. Got you, Tom. He was the former ICE director. Unless I could be wrong again, but it seems like he was the former ICE director from 2017 to 2018. Let me make sure. It's from 2017 to 2018. But yeah, so if Dean Cain can, help in some way for the police and not ICE, I mean, that'd be great. Like I said, he was like you see on the clip, he was a police officer and he's a sworn deputy sheriff. Just like Shaq and Steven Seagal. Celebrities being police officers. Okay. How many police officers have become celebrities? He's the current one too. Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay, so he's the one now. I don't think you're right. I don't see it. Todd Lyons is the director of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. We got to keep our facts straight, sir. Got to keep our facts straight. $50K signing bonus ICE is offering. Wow. But Bumba, it's Todd Lyons. He's currently the United States Secretary of Homeland. He reports the Homeland Security, but he's director of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. The word is getting around here on the border towns. It's going to be a civil war. Civil war? I doubt it. I don't think there's going to be a civil war. There may be some skirmishes. There may be some, going back and forth. But in all, there's not going to be a civil war. No. There's not going to be a civil war. You can watch the movie was it Civil War Land or Civil War, something like that. But Dean Cain, Superman. He's Delulu. He's Delulu. He's completely Delulu. He has it in his mind that he's going to help America by taking in all the immigrants. And it's like, well, who are these immigrants? What are these immigrants? Are they gangbangers? Are they drug dealers? They could carry infectious diseases? Are they terrorists? Or what are they? What? But if you're already here and you've already established that you're making a life for yourself as an illegal, I say go for it. Ladies and gentlemen, smoke your Rick James packs. I got scammed a lot of 240 doll hairs. Fact. Rick James, salute to you, sir. Salute to you. Superman now. That must be you. Crank that Dean Cain ice. Oh my God. I just it was just amazing to me to find that. Who he is and what he's about. Dean Cain. Seems like he brought upon himself the idea that he was going to, affect change and be a hero in real life, and I'm going to do what I can do. If you don't sit back and count your money that you made through that show, it was a popular show, I think. In the 4 years that it ran, it's pretty popular, I would imagine. Dean Cain had a better chance at pro wrestling. I wonder. I don't know. Did he go into pro wrestling before? Was he into that? He's the lowest paid Superman in history. Are you sure? What about wasn't there a guy from the 60s? He was pretty much not that well paid, I don't think either. Make sure you have your stats and figures together when you make your assertions like that. Brought with me. Just a precaution. Just throwing it out there. He already was wearing tights. Okay. That's true. That's true. With his underwear on the outside. Was he the one that wear the underwear on the outside too? Let me check.
I will be sworn.
Hey, everybody, Dean Cain here.
Superman himself.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like he's got his underwear on the outside of his pants. Yup, he was one of the ones. I'm better than AI with the facts, sir. Don't check me. I'm just saying, if you're gonna come correct, come correct. Captain Underpants, Quail Man, yeah. Pause. Yeah, Quail Man's Doug, right? Doug, and Captain Underpants is that super successful series of books. I can't remember the author's name, but that was seriously successful. It's got movies and everything. Crazy. So, Dean Cain, You're not Superman in real life, sir. I'm sorry. Joining ICE, being an honorary ICE member, that ain't the route. That ain't the way to go. That's not how you do things. You push for legislation. You push for, this country to be completely revolutionized by legalizing all scheduled narcotics and other substances, making them available only to 17 years of age, and taxing only consumption, not income, and making it available to as many people, and to defund the cartels and gangs. Is this an ICE recruitment tactic? I'd like to thank everybody that came through. We got a few people in here. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's going to boost my numbers. You guys keep sharing, keep telling people about the show. And I will see you sometime, probably tomorrow. Sometime, on Saturday and Sunday to some people. So I appreciate it. This has been Morning Sky, and I will see you some other time. Take care.